everybody, this is Lorelia coming to you with a topic that has been coming up quite often, and I actually came across an incident that made me just say, you know what, let me just make a video about it. And that has to do with credit MLMs. Now, if you don't know what I mean about credit MLMs, I'm talking about a multi-level marketing company or network marketing or direct sales that has a component of it where it helps people to rebuild their credit. And many people have asked me, well, what are my thoughts on it in terms of rebuilding your credit or learning about the industry? And so this is my personal opinion, because I am someone who definitely support the business model of network marketing and direct sales. But the thing is that I always ask the individual, clearly it's a but. What is your goal? If your goal is to do what a MLM is supposed to do, allow you to leverage systems, people, the business to create income for yourself, because it goes back to some videos that I've talked about before where I said most people concentrate on getting rid of debt, but no one talks about the component of income. And so a lot of people struggle with getting out of debt is because they only have one source of income, which is a linear income source. That may come from your job, a salary. Basically, you're exchanging hours for dollars. It can even be a business. If your business means that you have to work X amount of hours to get X amount of pay, that is a linear income source. Now, leverage income allows you to, like I said, leverage other people, products, resources, people, business, or what have you, and that you are not physically being involved in the process of making money. You can literally make money without actively being involved. And that's why I said I support the model of network marketing and MLM. That's why I said it depends on what is your motive. What's your motive? Now, in terms of credit, what I've noticed, and I'm not going to say names, is that there are some companies that allow you to provide credit services to customers with a network marketing component to it. What I find is that there are a large group of people, and of course, I don't think it's those who are on top. I think it's those who are trying to make themselves up, trying to build themselves up the food chain of the business, still are struggling with the whole credit themselves. And so if you are struggling with your own personal credit, you truly are not being a product of the product you're selling. So that's when a person asks me, well, is joining one, will it help me understand and learn the industry? Now, this is, like I said, you don't need a credit MLM to help you learn the industry. You can do that on your own. You can do that with, investing in yourself. But the advantage is that if you decide to join an MLM one, you get basically paid to learn. But what I find is that some people aren't doing it. They're not getting paid to learn because they're trying to build the business, which a lot of times they may be struggling, and then they're struggling with their credit. And so this is where I said a personal situation that happened. Someone reached out to me. Now, I'm not going to say I know them, but they have purchased things from me in terms of the software and the book. And so they're involved in one of those credit MLMs. The individual reached out to me and said, my credit score dropped by almost 200 points, from 700 to 500 and something. I wanted to ask you, what should I do? And so I'm saying to myself, well, why don't you just go to the company you're involved in? Because you're selling the service, and you stand by the service. Why wouldn't you go to them? And so it made me think. Now the response was, if you're wondering, well, what did the person say? They basically said something to the effect of, they respect me as a professional in this industry and this, that, and the other. But I'm thinking to myself, why would you come to me? And so it goes back to what a person originally asked me. If I wanted to get knowledge of the industry, should I join a credit MLM? It is really down to choice. That's what it boils down to. And I will say this. If you decide to be part of one, at least take the time to really learn the industry. Whereas you can truly be a product of the product. And almost to the point is that it can almost be a selling point, for you, in terms of it makes you stand away, from the crowd. I guess that's why so many people have came to me with a credit MLM, because they're saying, okay, she's in the credit industry. Why not package it with the MLM and get the best of both worlds? You're teaching people about credit, and then you're also leveraging a business to create income for yourself. And unfortunately, it really depends. That's really not something, that I am considering now. So that's why I haven't did it. But going back to a person who decides to join one, and because at the end of the day, there are some people who are just good at, they believe in the industry, they're good at marketing, they're good at building the team, and so the product is an added extra, because they're just focused on building the team, creating the leverage income from themselves, and the product is a non-factor. Because some people are very good at the industry that it doesn't matter what product they're selling. They can be selling, I don't know, snow and Eskimo, and still be able to flourish in that industry. So the product is a very small part. Now, this is what I do know, that there are some credit professionals who do not take on clients who have worked with some of these companies due to the dispute strategies that that many of these network marketing companies that are that have the credit MLM use. So that's really my 2 cents. And it almost goes back to what I talked about in my previous video about deciding to discipline yourself to learn the industry. I think a lot of times people just want a quick fix. And so that's really what appeals to them, because at the end of the day, I think what really lures people to a credit MLM is really the component which they're really truly seeking, and that's the leverage income. The product is a very small part. It's very small. And so it goes back to that. But if your mind is to create an understanding of the credit industry, then that you can do on your own. Educating yourself with resources, tools, or what have you. So once again, this is Aurelia. You can learn more about me. You can go to www.diycredithub.com, and look forward to talking to you in the next video. Bye-bye.